Welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Joey.
I'm Tim.
We are in the middle of juicing lemons because our BFF Deanne gives us a whole tree full of lemons every year, and then we juice them, and we Lex likes lemonade, and we freeze them.
Yeah, so we freeze this in ice cube trays, and that's how we're able to have lemon juice. And then later on, I'll zest a bunch and freeze those in the smaller jars, so those are ready for salads. Great addition to the year.
It's like we're canning, except we don't can. We're doing lemon.
Yep.
Because we need lemons all year long, and they're free. So, and we're cheap. I'm cheap. Let's go ahead and do a quick shout out to our Patreon and PayPal supporters, our financial supporters who helps the show. Without them, we wouldn't have a show. So
don't forget those who make a comment.
Those who comment, money in the comments and all that. Thank you very much. If you ever thought, how can I help? How can I be part of the team? You can help by becoming a financial supporter. There's a link in the description below this video, right? All right, so today we're going to do one of the things we've been eating a lot of lately, and that is protein pasta with a yogurt type of herb sauce on it, right?
Yep.
And it's really cool because you can use any pasta really, but we're making kind of a cream sauce that you don't have to cook.
Yeah. Also, this is a replacement instead of mayonnaise for this pasta dish. Is great.
Mayonnaise on pasta? Is that a Minnesota thing?
It is. You know, when you take a pasta dish to a barbecue,
right.
You cook the pasta
like
and everything, but then it's chilled.
Yeah,
so what we're making today can either be hot with linguine or...
Yeah, it's meant to eat hot. The pasta will make the yogurt sauce hot, and it's a cream sauce, but you just throw it together. And it really comes in, I mean, once the pasta's cooked, it just comes together in seconds, right?
But I'm just saying it's very flexible. Okay.
All right. We're going to continue these lemons, and we'll show you how we did the pasta. Let's go. All right. First step in our pasta sauce is going to be some onions. So we've got about 200 grams of onions here. Pan's already too small. And we're going to mix that up.
We're not really browning these. We just want to get them soft, right?
Yep. Let's grab a mixing spoon, and we are cooking them till they're translucent. So I'm going to mix them around here. I did do a little shot of spray oil here, but you can water saute them if you want.
Avocado spray.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in water saute anymore. I'm not too worried about the 5 calories from the spray oil. We'll be fine. All right, so we're going to let this cook for just a minute. Then we'll throw in our garlic.
All right, let's see them get them soft.
All right, while Tim's doing that, I'm going to throw in garlic. We've got like 3 cloves here. Let me get the rest of that. We got about 3 cloves of garlic. Would you cut up 3 cloves?
Yep. Maybe 6.
Really? Looks like it's ready, right? Don't you think?
Yeah. Let's try it, please.
It's soft enough to eat. All right, let's give it some time. All right, and these look like they're translucent, ready to go. So we're going to take these off the heat and get started with making the sauce. All right, now that we have the cooking of the veggies done, we're just going to have a big mixing bowl here. I'm just going to dump them right into a mixing bowl because we got to start making the sauce. It's a yogurt-based sauce, and these are the aromatics for the sauce. We're really just having like this, sauce on top of the cooked pasta. We're not even cooking the sauce. It's going to be amazing.
Okay, so we have our onions, garlic ready. Let's add the yogurt.
Yeah, so we're using 2 servings of our own Greek yogurt. So it's about 1.5 cups because each serving's like 2/3 of a cup. So it's 4/3 of a cup. So I don't know, I'm not a math teacher. Anyway, so 2 servings of our yogurt. There you go. It's about 240 grams of yogurt.
Yeah, this is our fermented soy yogurt. Woo. Love it.
All right, now Tim's going to show you the spices here. Here's what we've got on here. You can use whatever you want. We're using rosemary, parsley. So a teaspoon of rosemary, a teaspoon of dried parsley, a teaspoon of dried thyme, a teaspoon of dried oregano, a tablespoon of chives, which we really didn't have enough of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's all of them. So we're gonna. And what else do you got?
I just want to point out the rosemary. We take our bottle and we just grind it up because when it's dried, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, and it can hurt your mouth.
So, exactly.
All right, so we're dumping that in.
We sure are.
But you can put whatever spices you want, and this is what we're putting in. That's a lot of spices.
You totally can adjust it.
Yeah. So we're going to throw that in and start mixing this together, kind of fold it all together. This is our sauce right here. I mean, we're going to add salt, pepper, of course, and some lemon zest, but it'll just be kind of this chunky white sauce, right?
Correct. So when we get the pasta water, we'll add a little bit to that just to make it a little bit more creamy.
We're going to break up the yogurt a little bit.
Yeah. So again, this looks pretty thick, but after we get the pasta A little bit of pasta water in here. It's going to thin it out. But now we've got all those spices sort of marinating, if you will. Looks great. Smells really good.
We're going to use this pasta right here. It's a Kazan protein pasta made from lupini beans, and we'll tell you about that at the end of the video.
So I feel like if you have a dinner party, this could be the make-ahead portion. And if you want to quick do the pasta in 10 minutes, 12 minutes, depending on the pasta you're using, this can come together really fast and then served fresh. People will be really impressed with that.
All right, so we've got the pasta right over here. We're just going to spider it out and get it into the pot here. It would probably be better to use the linguine or something, but this is what we have, and it's a high protein pasta, so we're gonna use this. But you can use whatever pasta you want.
We kind of want to introduce you to this, and we try different lupini bean things, just because it is so high in protein, right, and getting us fiber. All right, so I think we've got all the pasta out.
All right, so we'll get rid of this, and Tim's gonna throw a little bit of pasta water in there.
All right, so we got some from the. This is gonna thin out.
I throw it all back there.
Oh.
Okay, now at this point, we've still got a little bit to work to do here. We're gonna add some salt and pepper to taste here. So we've got our salt shaker here, and add some of that. I know at a minimum I'll need a little bit here, and then some pepper. We like plenty of pepper, and we are gonna put lemon. It's gonna have like a lemon pepper taste. All right, I think that's good. And then Tim's gonna do a little grating, or what do you call it when you're doing the zest?
A little zest.
All right, we're going to be zesting some lemon, and it's going to have like a lemon pepper taste with the yogurt sauce. It'll go really good. I'm just going to keep mixing that in. I can smell the lemon. It's strong. It's just a matter of getting it mixed up so it's not like in one clump. Let's try and get it over here. All right. All right, want to give this a shot? All right, Tim's going to taste this, and let's see what it needs.
Joey, there's a magical ingredient that I love, and it's called peas.
Oh, that's right. We forgot the best part. So we're throwing some petite peas in here. They're frozen. We're just popping them in. We didn't even cook them. I mean, we thawed them out. So all of that's going in, because you can't have too many peas, right? And this will be in the macros too.
Sometimes it's just an accent, but yeah.
This whole thing makes 4 servings, and we're putting 4 servings of peas in from the bag. Oh my God, this little tiny spatula, this ain't doing nothing. Hang on.
Well, the amounts definitely grew.
Now, the peas are an option. I just wanted to, I love frozen peas with pasta, so I wanted to do that, but you don't have to.
Yes, and then additionally, I've been taste testing this, right? If you wanted to add some oven roasted like cherry tomatoes, I think that would go really nicely as well.
But this looks like more peas than pasta.
I know.
This is the way I like it.
Hey,
So
we both love it. So
yeah. All right, want to give this a taste? See what you think. If it needs more salt and pepper,
I
or
would love to. Thank you.
And you don't have to cook the sauce, which is nice. All right, what do you think it needs?
I like that. I think I'm going to add a little bit more lemon zest. But
All right, let me see what we got here.
that looks like a perfect bite.
Oh, it's really refreshing, right?
Yep. That's
It definitely needs more pepper. Do you think?
yes.
Yeah, the lemon taste is really light.
Just because its pasta's already in here, I like doing the kind of stir and fold.
Yeah, I agree. All right, this is really nice. This is a great option for kind of a fresh, classic dish on pasta.
Yeah. Look how creamy this is.
Yeah. It's surprising because it's not hot because the sauce is cold.
Okay.
So you can heat it up if you want.
So the protein is coming in really good on this.
Yeah.
But there is like just chicken, or if you wanted to add little bits of seitan, you could do that. But this is already good as it is.
All right, we'll give you all those options, and we'll talk about the macros. Let's eat and do that, right? See you in a bit. All right, so we've been eating this, so we know it's really good. So let's go over the macros here. All right. All right. So, again, we use the lupini pasta. Lupini pasta does not taste the same as wheat pasta.
Correct, but I feel like it's got a neutral flavor, but the chew is definitely different. But otherwise, it wasn't bad. It was good.
I prefer regular pasta. This will be really good with regular pasta. All right, and we've had it with regular pasta. We just use the lupini to show you.
We want to introduce this.
We want to introduce this product. I mean, it is vegan. It is high protein. It is low calories, and it's a good option if you're doing a plant-based high protein diet. Let's go with the macros.
Okay.
Lex will put these on the screen when he's editing. This makes 4 servings. For 1 serving, you can have both servings if you want. For 1 serving, just the sauce itself is 107 calories.
Okay.
And 9 grams of protein. If you have it as a meal the way we are with the peas in it and the pasta, then together I threw all those together, and that comes out to 307 calories, 34 grams of protein, 42 grams of carbohydrates, and 8 grams of fat. So for 307 calories and 34 grams of protein, which is pretty good, you've got a filling pasta meal. Now, if you could have half that whole pot of pasta if you want, if you're really that hungry. I could probably do that, for about 614 calories and like 68 grams of protein, which is pretty good.
But this is a really good size serving. You guys, I grew up with a suddenly salad for picnics or something like that. This is very similar. So I could see this going to a barbecue, and you don't need to worry about bringing in a piece of meat because you're already getting enough protein. Yeah. This is delicious. So.
No, this worked great in a barbecue. All right, that's our video today. The yogurt, the Greek yogurt and herb pasta sauce. I think it's a great option. Hit that like button, show us some love. Click on the subscribe button. You get notified every time we have a new video, usually every Tuesday. Leave a comment below. What do you think about this? I mean, it's not the traditional cooked pasta sauce, but I mean, you can throw this together really fast.
Yeah, you can absolutely use spaghetti if you want or linguine. Yeah. But a lot of different options with this recipe we're sharing with you guys.
Yeah, it comes together in just the time it takes to cook the pasta. All right, we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Hey, I'm Joey Troxel, and today I'm going to talk about how I went from being a short, fat guy to being much closer to my goal of looking physically fit. I'm doing this by not only monitoring my weight, but my muscle mass and my body fat too. Knowing when my plans are working and knowing when I need to change things up a bit. First, let's talk about the device I'm using to help me measure my progress correctly. I absolutely love the BodyPod by Hume. It's a smart scale device that, as you can guess, tracks your body weight, but it also gives you so much more information about your body composition with a medical grade accuracy of 98%, which up until now has been unavailable to the average person. I used to pay to get Staiku, DEXA, and other 3D scans, but that wasn't really sustainable, and I could only afford them maybe once or twice a year. With the BodyPod, all of this information is accessible to me every day for less than the price I used to pay for just one scan. One of the tools this scale uses to give you such accuracy is the handle. The handle allows it to get your measurements from both your upper body and lower body, compared to most other smart scales that just use your lower body readings to approximate your measurements. Hey, not all people are the same, and we store fat differently. So, if you want to be accurate, you'll want to measure correctly and measure both the upper and lower body. The BodyPod comes with a free app that shows you a breakdown of all your metrics, and it breaks it down into measurements for each individual body part. There is a paid upgrade available, but everything I'm showing you here is part of the free app, and that's what I use for myself. The app shows you subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, muscle mass, BMR, heart rate, and so much more. It's really detailed in the amount of information it presents. You can track your patterns and changes over time to see if the number on the scale going up means you've gained more muscle and burned off some fat, or if you are truly gaining fat and need to make a change in your diet. The many different charts track lots of metrics. While I pay attention to weight, I usually closely monitor body fat percentage and lean muscle mass to make sure the weight I'm losing is fat and not muscle. You can't tell this by using a standard type scale. It just gives you a number. What does that mean? Having the BodyPod is a good reassurance to know that you're on the right track with muscle gain and fat loss, regardless of what the actual number on a traditional scale would normally tell you. Plus, the BodyPod qualifies for payment with your FSA or HSA. You can choose the flex option at the payment window. Since regular scales don't work with your body composition, they don't qualify. The BodyPod is linked in the description below this video, or you can check it out at myhumehealth.com. And use the code PLANTBASEDDADS at checkout. They're running a 50% off sale currently as I'm filming this video, so if you've been thinking about getting a smart scale, now is the time to check it out. Plus, with my discount link or with my code PLANTBASEDDADS at checkout, you get an extra 15% off on top of whatever special they're running at the time. Yeah, baby! The Body Pot has made all the difference in my journey, and now that information is accessible to you every single day.